The load stride swing drill is one of the most important components of the Pro Speed hitting system. It is just one of the greatest things we have because we can break down the swing into its most simple components so that we can learn any position we need to. We can work on any mechanics we need to, and there's also some timing things we can work on. So the important thing is we use the load stride swing drill to not only build our mechanics, but we also use it down the road once our swing gets great to maintain our mechanics. Now, the thing is we use the load stride swing drill in two places, occasionally in batting practice depending on the situation, but definitely on the tee. We also use it in what we call extended tee work, which would be front toss or side toss. That's when the coach or the player standing in front of you just tossing the ball from the side or the front. And the reason we call it extended tee work is because the ball's still coming at a low enough velocity that it's going to allow us to still work on our swing. So for those of you that are not quite familiar with the load stride swing drill, make sure you check out the load stride swing drill videos so you know exactly what this is. I'm going to go over it here briefly. So we utilize the load stride swing drill by separating the load and the stride and the swing. So what that looks like on the tee is I load my hands, I stride my foot, and then I make a half speed swing into a balanced finish. I'll show you one here from the face on view. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get into our setup. We're going to load our hands, stride our foot, and then make a nice half speed swing into a balanced finish. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to do that properly in side toss, front toss. So I'm going to bring in one of our certified instructors, Ryan. He's going to help us with the side toss setup. We also have some videos on how to set up for side toss and front toss that's going to show you exactly how to set these up. So he's going to be set up at about a 45-degree angle away from the hitter. Now, when we're just doing regular game speed swings, we can time the pitch up off the arm, no problem. So the instructor is going to show you the ball, take the arm back, and toss it. We can time them up just like we would a pitcher. But while we're working on our swing, we can work on our mechanics with the ball moving. Makes it a little bit more difficult. We can get a little bit better. We have to understand how we want to do that. And we never want to rush when we're doing a load stride swing drill. We always want to make sure we are set in our load stride position. We are in all the positions we need to be in, and then make our swing from here. So what this is going to look like is I'm going to get in my setup, and ideally what we would do is we'd look up at our imaginary pitcher just like we would in the game. I'm going to go ahead and load my hands. If I'm working specifically on my load or anything like that, I'm making sure my load's good just like I would on the tee. I'm going to stride, then I'm going to look at my tosser, then he's going to toss the ball, and I'm going to make my swing. So the important thing to pay attention to here is Ryan's arm didn't start until I was ready. We're not starting the arm until the hitter's ready to hit. We can take as long as we need to in this drill. So so let's just say, for instance, if I'm verbally telling him, if you're working with your son or you're working with another player or your coach, what you can do is something like this. Give him a verbal cue. I'll tell Ryan when I'm ready, and when I say I'm ready, then he'll start his arm. So I'm going to get into my load stride position, making sure everything's good. I can look around. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, and then I'm ready to rock and roll whenever his arm starts moving. Now, if we were to do this incorrectly, his arm would start moving while I'm doing my load stride. So let's show him one incorrectly. Go ahead and start your arm while I'm working on my load stride. Okay, now I have to rush. I have no idea what I'm doing. So now if I'm going into game speed work, all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to time his arm. I'm going to make sure that I'm set. Even when we're doing game speed work, we want to make sure we're set. Okay, now I'm going to time his arm and make my swings from there. So make sure that your load stride is done before the arm starts moving, and you'll be ready to utilize your load stride swing drill. Everything you do on the tee, everything we do in the Pro Speed Baseball hitting system can be done in front toss and side toss, and you can get great at that swing with a little bit more difficulty, and that little bit more difficulty is going to get you a ton better. So the next question might come up, well, what do I work on with my load stride swing drill? Well, there's a lot of things that you can work on. There's a lot of positions you can work on, and one of the best things you can work on is making sure you're getting into a good transition, because that sets up everything so that we can transition to a good spot and release the bat. Well, I've got a great bonus for you. I'm going to show you one of the best drills you can work on from your load stride swing drill called the secret move in the Pro Speed Baseball hitting system. I'm going to play a preview of that lesson at the end of this video that you can see the entire lesson by simply clicking on the iCard. And if you don't see it in the iCard, that's fine. You can click on the link in the description below. You can see the entire lesson, and that move is going to show you exactly the difference between what good hitters do, what poor hitters do, and you can work on it on the tee and in front toss, side toss, just by understanding it from that load stride position. We'll see you here in that lesson.
If you want to hit great, you have to get into the proper bat lag position. Why is this reason we want this? Is because it allows us to maximize our bat speed. So our bat cannot get to its highest speed until it gets 90 degrees to our spine. So if my spine is straight up and down, when this bat gets 90 degrees to my spine, that's when it can reach its maximum velocity. Everything in motion is going to seek 90 degrees to its axis when it maximizes its speed. If the bat gets somewhere in this area soon enough, we can now get into the proper bat lag position to release the bat. An improper bat lag position would be above the most common mistake, where the bat gets up too high, then it tries to get into the position, and by that time it's just too late. So how do we train this position? Well, I've got a beautiful drill that's going to show you exactly how to start getting into this transition position, and it's going to be just as simple as understanding the extension of the bat.